What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and today we're going to be talking about the whole slate of games for the NBA this whole day. Now, that being said, I'm probably gonna skip on talking about some of these topics because I'm gonna cover them in shorts and in another video. So today we're just gonna be talking about some of the more like less important games. I think we're gonna talk about the Pacers a little bit, the Hawks a little bit, and actually, this game I wanted to talk about in its own video because there are a couple things that I do want to point in film and very big concerns that I do have for the Brooklyn Nets, even though this is their first game. I'll talk about this game actually. This game too. The problem with this game though is Darius Garland went out very fast. He only took up 8 shot attempts, only made 2, but even then, again you kind of just see the number here. You understand that Darius Garland just wasn't on the court when he could be, and it's definitely a concern. I'm not sure what necessarily was his injury, but it looked pretty bad because bro hit him in the eye and it looked bad. But even then, he was having a horrible game. 5 turnovers. He had more turnovers than points. You don't want to see that. Raptors did pretty good though. I like this. I think that they were playing really solid defense, and I was only watching like parts of this game, but from what I saw, Donovan Mitchell looks flawless on this team, especially when it comes to a lot of his mid-range shots. He has really good chemistry with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley made some cool passes this game too, even though the assist doesn't say it. I think that's pretty much it. Karis LeVert also. This is also a very, very big opinion that I have. This boy need to go. I'm sorry, like he should not be on this roster. Not because, let me not say it in a rude way, but I think that Karis LeVert's fit on this roster as a tertiary ball handler is not there. I think that once Ricky Rubio becomes healthy and he's able to compete in this team again, that's going to be the end of Karis LeVert on this team because I think that's just when the experiment is over. That and he actually expires this year. I did not watch this game actually. That is one thing that I will say, and that is not going to necessarily make my opinion on this game like very valid. I will 100% put that out there. However, I don't need to watch this game to know a couple things about Kyle Lowry himself. Now, from what I've heard, Kyle Lowry had a horrible game, not simply because he's just putting up horrible numbers. First off, if I'm not mistaken, he took a lot of shots in the fourth quarter that you don't want him to take. Yep, he took 3 shots in the fourth quarter when they were down, especially coming back from a 10-point deficit. These guys were also coming back from a third quarter. If you guys don't know, in the 2021 season, they had a third quarter, aka the third quarter that they were really bad in. I just follow a lot of Miami Heat fans, so that's the reason why I know about that. But overall, I'm really sussed out on Kyle Lowry. There's a good chance that hamstring is not looking like it could be like what we thought it was. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Heat side. I think that Tyler Hero may be taking the leap that we all expect him to. The bench unit actually got them back into this game, which is pretty cool. Max Strus, of course, he's a reliable shooter at this point. We already know. However, what I do want to talk about is Ayo Dosunmu and more specifically, my boy DeMar DeRozan. He got that dog in him. And honestly, I was like, okay, DeMar DeRozan is probably going to take a down year this year. Nah, there's a good chance that he's probably going to stay the same level that he was last year, if not be a little bit higher. And that's going to be crazy to think about. I think that this Bulls team is going to be underrated this year, even by me. Looking at how I was looking at the Eastern Conference, there's only a couple of teams in the East that I thought really were the teams that you could really be like, okay, yeah, they're them. These guys are all teams that not Orlando. Orlando is not one of them. They got it organized now, bro. Damn. But essentially, these are all the teams that I think are better than Chicago right now. And Philadelphia. Don't forget Philadelphia. 1, 2, and then we have 3 groups of 2, so that's 8. That's 8 right there. So they would not make the playoffs, in my opinion. However, from what it's looking like right now, I don't know. I think that they can definitely compete with the Toronto Raptors at this point. And if DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine are able to put up the numbers that they need to, they may be one of the best teams in the East, even if they don't have Lonzo Ball all the time. So yeah, I really hope that the Bulls can really just put up a really good effort, especially if Io DeSumo, more specifically, is going to take the lead. I really like how he's taking a lot more shot attempts. I think that a guy like Vooch maybe not be the best player on this team, especially when it considers fit. So I think that a guy like Io DeSumo making a breakout season. I think that if he has this breakout year, I think that this is going to be really good for him. Again, he really just does a lot on the court that I can't even explain. And I didn't even watch the game. He's a really good defender. And I think that he, as a player, is what you really want on a roster, especially a younger guy. So shout out to my boy, Io DeSumo. He put up them big box number stats. And my boy, DeMar DeRozan is Himothy, bro. This is actually another game that I did not watch. By the way, the games that I did watch were this game. I watched a decent bit of this game, and I'm gonna talk about this guy next, bro. Cause Paulo, oh, he's him. Oh, he's him, bro. But next, I also watched this game. Watch this game again. I watched a bit of this game, and I kept up with this game, but not like on my actual. I just had a phone in my class right now, so yeah. Also, I need to get my fucking charger from my class because I left that bitch in there. I'm praying I get to find it tomorrow. But anywho, talking about the Memphis Grizzlies versus the New York Knicks, there's not much that I actually want to talk about because, again, I did not watch this game. But I did notice a big box number from Julius Randle. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be an indicator that he's going to be back this season. I really hope so. I love it when there's a lot of competition in terms of value in the NBA. I think that when we have guys who are competing for all, well, let me not say it like that. When we have really good players in the NBA, it's really good to see. You know, we have a lot of parity, a lot of talent. That's what we really want to see. I expect that this is going to be one of the worst Jalen Brunson games of the season. I don't think that he's going to be this bad. But I will say the assists are looking really good. Assist to turnover ratio is amazing right now. I really like what Jalen Brunson's doing. Also, shout out my boy Cam. Shout out my boy Cam Reddish. I don't know why I did that pause, but yeah, he made the game shot to go to overtime. So that's really cool. Ja Morant, phenomenal as usual, you know. Oh god, he had a lot of turnovers though. Also, they blew a big lead this game. Don't get it twisted. Desmond Bane, you gotta be better than that. No cap. I hope he's not injured too, because he does have a really bad history with injuries. Let me check on one thing for a quick moment. All right, so I'm around halfway through, so I'll just pick up on some of these games a little bit. So Shaedon Sharpe, this is actually a thing that I noticed within the box score. Again, I didn't really watch this game, but he actually did put up a lot of good shots. He put up a lot of good numbers. And actually, I want to look at some of these shots real quick. Not anything super spectacular. This is probably going to be a fast break opportunity. Oh, wait. They're wearing black? Wait, hold on. Am I bugging? Yo, I'm bugging, but that was a good shot. That's a really good shot. Corner three. I'm not too. Oh my god, he made that. Whew. Oh, he's him. Oh, he's him. Let me look at the step back. Actually, I don't really. If he's just gonna be cutting, I don't really care about that. Oh man. Oh, he's him. Yeah, they got a really good draft pick out of him. The only thing is he's a guard, so that's probably gonna be a little iffy, and that may be a little troublesome. But shout out my boy De'Aaron Fox. Is it his All-Star year? Who knows? I'm not sure. Also, 8 turnovers is unacceptable. You cannot be averaging 8 turnovers, bro. What's good with you? Like 7 to get 8. Like, bro, come on. But he did put up big box score numbers in terms of scoring. And he's actually doing really well in terms of shooting. I hope that this is actually going to stay. He doesn't have to be a 55% shooter, excuse me, but he at least needs to be 35%. If not, he just, or let me not say 35%. He needs to be 35% on some like 7, 8, 9 type volume. Like, yeah, you could be like, this is, I don't know. Like, I think that this is actually a decent amount of volume, but I would definitely like it to be around 40%. So, especially when we have a lot of competition from guards this day and age, I think that De'Aaron Fox definitely does need to take a leap in terms of shooting, especially when we look at how a lot of the big men of this kind of age are starting to look. I think it would definitely benefit, bro, if he just does a little bit on that end. Now let's look at some of these other games because I do think that some of these games are actually really worth talking about. I may do a separate video for the Phoenix Suns and Mavericks game because there's definitely a lot to talk about there. Same thing for this one, actually. But actually, I do want to talk about this a little bit. So, from what I saw, the Nuggets just got out hustled, bro. Like, they got, what, 35 rebounds, bro. I'm pretty sure these guys have fit like 43. Yeah, they had like at least 8 more possessions. And if you ask me, I think that it mostly boils down to a couple things with this team. One, their defense just may not be there right now. Two, Jamal Murray didn't play that much, and when he did play, he wasn't the best. And three, or more specifically, what it probably was, they just turned over the ball way too much, bro. Like, yeah, these guys turned it over 19 times, but they turned it over 21 times, and they already didn't have enough. And they shot really bad from three. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster. The only person who shot above 50%, or not even just above 50, above 35% is Michael Porter Jr. He only hosted up 4. So, yeah. Shout out my boy, Colin Sexton. I'm telling y'all, bro, buy into his stock. And yes, he's not the type of guy to give you the most assists. He's not the type of guy to really just elevate your offense from a good to an elite. But this is a guy who you want on your team. If this dude is on the Milwaukee Bucks right now, bro, I would sell my soul. I would sell my soul to get this dude on my team, bro. Because he just provides so much rim pressure. It is crazy. Look at, there's a one specific play that I want to pull up, and I'm going to pull it up real quick. Now, this play ain't anything fancy, Right now, he literally just got bro on an ISO. And even though Jamal Murray is literally just across him, he really just doesn't care. At this point, once he gets that first step off, bro, Jokic just literally cannot do anything about this, bro. Like, he literally can't. The dude is already on the move. His hips are not matching. The dude is already blowing by him by this next step. And at this point, Jokic literally, his only option is to foul or let him just make the shot. And of course, he made him make the shot. There's not much to really say in terms of the actual play-by-play breakdown, but what we do at least notice is that Colin Sexton is still that guy in terms of creating rim pressure. He's still able to move off of his feet well. And yeah, he took 12 shots, but when we look at it, these are still the type of shots where even if he doesn't necessarily make the shot, there's a good chance he's going to get the call anyways. He got 8 free throws this game, made 7 of them. That's what you really want to see from a guard like this. And I think that we need to stop underrating him in terms of a talent. Yes, he's not the best three-point shooter. Who cares? He's still able to really provide a lot of offensive value with his rim pressure. And I think that a lot of people are just underrating him. I think I'm going to talk about the rest of the games more so in depth in another video, though. And just one quick thing. I want to talk about this a little bit. Shout out my boys in Atlanta. They didn't shoot the best. They did not shoot the best. But that's not what matters. Double, babies, bro. Let's go. I think that these two are going to be insane when it comes to the chemistry, bro. 11 assists with 0 turnovers, or a combined 24 on 3, bro. This team is going to be deadly. And I even underrated them. But anyways, it's been your boy Nehemiah, a.k.a. Neo. And I hope you guys are having a great one. I'm going to upload a video later on today.